Someone tells you they have never felt this way before, not on a day 30, on day 3. They are already talking about forever, messages at 2 a.m, then again at 7, flowers at your office, a future they have already built for you, in their head, without asking you first. This is love bombing, and over the next 5 minutes, you will learn the 3-stage pattern behind it, the real psychological mechanism that makes it work even on careful, self-aware people, and exactly how to spot stage 1 before you are standing in stage 3. One more thing before we start, this pattern wasn't invented for romance. It has a stranger origin than that. We will get to it. Pattern 1. They move too fast. Normal affection builds slowly. Love bombing arrives. There is no slow read of your personality, no testing the waters. Within days, you are the one. Within weeks, they are talking of moving in, meeting the family, matching tattoos. It feels romantic. It is actually a tactic. Speed skips the part of you that would normally ask questions. There is no time to compare notes with a friend, no time to notice an inconsistency, because the next grand gesture is already arriving before you have processed the last one. Pattern number 2. They become your mirror. They love the same music, the same shows. They have never met anyone like you, and someone they are exactly like you, down to opinions they couldn't possibly have formed that fast. That's not compatibility. It's reconnaissance dressed up as chemistry. Early on, they ask a lot of questions and remember every answer. Those details get handed back to you later as shared interest, shared wounds, a shared worldview. The soulmate feeling isn't fate, it's research applied to a person instead of a product. Quick pause if patterns like this are new to you or this one's landing a little too close to home. This is exactly what we break down every week. Hit subscribe and tap like so the next person sees the warning signs before they need them. Pattern number 3. They make you feel like the only one. You are told you are different, better than every ex, the one they have apparently been waiting for. Sometimes it comes with gifts, expensive ones, early ones. Gifts disproportionate to how long you have actually known each other. That disproportion is that point. Every gift, every declaration, every grand gesture quietly opens a ledger. You won't notice it opening, you will notice it later, when it gets called in, when "I did all this for you" becomes the reason you owe them patience, or forgiveness, or silence. Here is where it disconnects to something bigger. Love bombing isn't standalone behavior. Researchers studying narcissistic relationships describe it as a stage 1 of a longer script, the Idealize-Devalue-Discard Cycle. The warmth, the speed, the feeling of being chosen. That's the idealize stage. The other 2 stages look nothing like this one. And here is where it gets stranger. This pattern wasn't built in a relationship lab. It was first documented decades ago, describing how certain groups processed new recruits, surrounding them with sudden, overwhelming warmth to fast-track belonging, before quietly extracting loyalty in return. Researchers later found the exact same blueprint showing up in romantic relationships. Different setting, same machinery. There is a reason it works on careful people just as easily as anyone else. Intermittent reinforcement. Warmth, then unexplained distance. Affection, then a sudden cooling. Your brain doesn't file that cooling as a red flag. It files it as a puzzle to solve. And the eventual return of warmth lands harder than steady affection ever could. It's the same mechanism behind a slot machine. The uncertainty is what hooks you, not the reward. If left unaddressed, this is how the cycle hardens into trauma bonding, staying attached to the exact pattern that's hurting you, because your nervous system learned to crave the calm down after the withdrawal. None of this means fast affection is automatically dangerous. Some people are just enthusiastic. The difference is consistency over time, not intensity in week 1. So here is the actual defense. Slow it down, on purpose, not coldly, just deliberately. Let a new relationship survive contact with your existing life, your friends, your routines, your own pace of trust. Real connection survives slowness. Love bombing doesn't. Take away the urgency and the love bomber biggest tool stop working. Because the urgency was never about you, it was about getting you committed before you would look closely enough to notice. If you want to understand exactly who's most likely to run this playbook on you, we covered that already. Go and watch the covered Narcissist, the most dangerous person you will ever meet next. And if you lived through a relationship that moved too fast for reasons you couldn't name at the time, tell us in the comments. No names, just patterns. We are always paying attention to those. This is Umbra Minds. See what others are not meant to see.